Now, according to all the research, even before COVID hit, more people than ever were attending church less or not attending at all. In mid-2019, a Gallup poll in the US showed that only 22% of Christians attended church every week. This was hard evidence that even pre-COVID, people who attended church had stopped attending church. But as I already mentioned, while weekly attendance was declining before 2020, the number of people who watched services on live streams, downloaded church podcasts, or watched sermons and messages on an app was higher than ever. In this way, I believe that church attendance was not decreasing, it was decentralizing. And that's why I believe that future church leaders will not be aiming to become a mega church, but a meta church. The word meta is a prefix that can mean a number of different things. It can mean to transform, as in metamorphosis, or it can mean to go beyond or be more comprehensive, as in metaphysical, which means to go beyond the physical. So this term that I've made up, meta church, is an expression of church that gives meaning and validity to everyday faith experiences, not just those that happen in a building on Sundays. It allows for people to worship God and learn about their faith in a church building, a small group, a house Bible study, through video on demand or podcast or a live stream service. A meta church will also encourage people to actively express their faith in their local communities, families, schools, sports and hobby groups, places of work, etc., not just at a church building. Now, I'm not against large churches at all. My wife and I worked at one of the largest and we absolutely loved it. But we typically define a mega church as one expression of church with a large congregation or membership. But a meta church is multiple expressions of church, whether it's in person, online, a house church, or even virtual church with one mission and vision. But if church leaders continue to focus more on getting people into a building than getting the gospel into the community, then not only are they always going to panic when a lockdown forces the church to close its doors, but they're also missing out on reaching most people. You see, according to McCrindle research, only 8% of Australians attend church, which means if we continue to hold the view that church only happens in a building, then we're missing 92% of people. But if we can decide to transform what it means to be the church and develop a more comprehensive meta definition, then I believe the best days for the capital C church are still to come. And any church can take on this approach. You don't have to be mega to be meta.